I want to show you a picture, just so we're crystal clear. Is this Father Leo Campbell?
That's Father Leo Campbell. That's him. He's a monster, he's a predator, and he's wearing that cloth of God.
He denied it then, he's denying it now. They know the truth. They know the truth. So shame on them.
This is a global international operation, a subcomponent of the Roman Catholic Church. It is big business.
Welcome back. For the last year, CityNews has been investigating an order of Catholic priests based in Toronto whose members run or staff schools all across North and South America. And many people associated with the Basilian Fathers feel that their trust has now been betrayed. We're going to bring in CityNews reporter Adrian Ghobrial for more on this. Welcome to BT, Adrian.
Thanks so much, Lord. Thanks for having us.
And this is a story that has many twists and turns and a lot of truth being uncovered still today. Give us a little bit of background here.
Yeah, you know, the Basilian Fathers, as you touched on, they run schools. They're still involved with one of the most prestigious private schools in Canada here in Toronto. There's St. Mike's Private School. They still run and operate that. And they've run and operated schools, you know, straight across the country, basically, from coast to coast. And, you know, when it comes to the Basilians in the States and into South America, you know, they run schools in Rochester. We're looking at Texas, into South America, Mexico, Colombia. They've got ties in St. Lucia. And so what we've uncovered for about a year ago, I'll start where we learned some of this stuff. I was told to look into a Basilian priest named Father Leo Campbell. We started to look into Father Leo Campbell, and he was a principal at a prestigious private school here in Toronto. I actually did a couple tours of duty at that school. We found secret documents, documents that were ordered to be destroyed about Father Campbell. And while I'm sure there's some great Basilian priests, as an order, the Basilians, what we found out is that for decades, they have been shuffling around priests into these educational institutions while they knew that they were problems, while they knew that they could be potential predator priests. So far, our investigation has uncovered 14 Basilian priests who worked in Basilian schools straight across Canada, straight across the Americas, that were either convicted or credibly accused of sexual assault of children.
And Adrian, obviously when you're dealing with victims, a lot of trauma here, and people are sometimes reluctant to come forward. Why haven't we heard anything from law enforcement on this story?
Well, it's funny, from the Basilians as an organization, historically, they've never called police. When a child or a member of the communities come forward to say a child has been abused, they deal with it internally. They don't call children's services. They don't call police. That's a big issue right there. The other thing, really, when we're looking at survivors of child sexual assault, is the fact that many of them live in silence for decades. People we spoke with, they live in silence for 10, 20, 30. One gentleman I spoke with lived in silence for 50 years. They think that they did something wrong as a child, that they brought this upon themselves. And it's not until they're much older that they're able to reach out to a loved one or reach out and get help. And so these cases, they live in silence for decades, and we're now just starting to learn about them. And we're now just starting to learn about the silence and the secrecy that has gone on within these institutions. And when we're looking at the Basilians, they're still responsible for taking care of our children this day. They still run schools across Canada. We put our faith in their institutions, and so tough questions have to be asked, and tough answers are demanded, which they've unfortunately they've been few and far between. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. And speaking of that, have you reached out to the Basilians, and what has been their response?
For sure. We reached out to their Vicar General here in Toronto. He is one of the top-ranking Basilians. He's also now the media contact. He's also now the contact for survivors of sexual assault. He never responded to any of our multiple emails. Who we did hear from is the Basilian's lawyer. She declined our multiple requests for an on-camera interview. Now, they have sent out a statement to us saying that they have policies and procedures in place, and if a child comes forward now, then they will call police. Though in our news series, which you're going to hear this week on CityNews in Vancouver, we speak with one Catholic nun, Sister Noala Kenny. She's based out of the East Coast, and she says, you know, the time for policies and procedures has kind of come and gone. Now it's time for meaningful atonement. And, you know, one of the reasons we're doing this is to try and give a voice to the voiceless. So many survivors of child sexual assault, they live in silence, as I mentioned, but they also believe that they're the only ones. We want people to know that they're not alone. We also believe this is of national interest. The public needs to understand how how secrets have been kept for decades in this country. I've had some people reach out to me on Twitter this week because we were promoting our upcoming news series, which is going to be on City News, saying, oh, this is old news. You know, haven't you seen the movies from down in the States? Haven't you seen other stories? Why are you even bothering with this? Well, in Canada, it's really not old news. We haven't done a lot when it comes to sexual assault of children by clergy here in Canada. In the United States, for example, there's about 170 lists of credibly accused Basilian priests in that country. Here in Canada, 0 lists have been released, and so it's time that we start looking at this very difficult topic. It's a very sensitive topic. It's not a topic, you know, I find joy in having to discuss and tell, and you know, we're coming on a breakfast show of all places to talk about it because we feel that strongly about it.
Of course, an important topic nonetheless. So just give our viewers, as we close, some more information on where we can watch this series as it unfolds.
For sure. So we've got a series which is going to roll out over 8 days on City News, beginning today, straight through the weekend, up until next Tuesday. If you go on citynews.ca, click on Vancouver's webpage right now, we've got 2 stories posted. One is on one of the individuals who says he was sexually assaulted by Father Leo Campbell. We have his story posted right now on citynews.ca. We have another story posted right now on citynews.ca, which gives you the history of the 14 Basilian priests who have either been accused or convicted of child sexual assault. And we're hoping to perhaps jump on again a week today, Tuesday, September 20th on City TV. We'll be premiering a 1-hour documentary special titled Unrepentant. We hope to come on and discuss that a little bit more next week with you, Thor. And, you know, we really just want to encourage the public to tune in tonight to City News, jump on citynews.ca, and, you know, give us your ears, give us your attention. It's a very, very important story.
All right, tough topic there, but a very important one. Adrian, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Thor. Appreciate it.